Good morning. Well. This is the last day of the last show of the year. And we're pretty depressed about it, actually. We had a great tour this year. Our boys are so fantastic. I couldn't say enough wonderful things about Jared and Jensen. These guys are the anchors of all anchors. They are the rock and foundation of our wonderful ecosystem here. I mean, they're so fantastic, so reliable, so professional, so loving, so wonderful. It's been an honor for our entire team to work with these guys. We're coming up on 10 and a half years with these guys now. It's been an amazing ride, and I know the entire Supernatural family shares my love and admiration for these guys. They are wonderful. We're going to bring them to you right now. Thanks for waiting, and here they come. Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki.
Adam, I'm going to need you to just introduce us wherever we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Yeah. Will you tell my wife that? Speaking of wives, guess who's coming on the show sometime soon?
What? It was a cute little kid right here waving at me. Cute little kid with an awesome name.
Is that a coincidence? After the car or after the sewing machine? After the car. After the Jensen car.
Yeah, the Jensen Interceptor.
Hi guys. Who's first time? Welcome to our crazy family. How's it been? Fun? And y'all, not only if it's your first time, it was also the first time for everybody to meet Alexander. So, I think I'll give him a rough time and keep the hazing going as we have for the 5 months, 4 months.
How did he do? Was he nervous?
He was great.
You don't have to lie.
He was great.
We'll get the truth.
Yeah.
We'll beat it out of him.
He told us about your pranks.
What?
Oh, they told him.
I told him he clocked me at the top of his con chair.
Yes. And how did he react to that?
He said, like, everyone was being super appropriate, and then just
Well, on set, we certainly were not being appropriate. we were, I don't think we were unkind necessarily. We were just like,
Oh yeah, no, we were. That's from
This is what you're getting yourself
the
into.
start. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of times where we'd be messing with him so badly that he couldn't hold it. And he was like, I'm never going to work for this network again. Like, this is going to go to the bosses, and they're going to be like, who's this guy? That's what I thought, too. I like your energy. How old is Jensen? Hi! How old are you? This many? February what? Very cool. You're a very smart, almost 2-year-old. Hi. Sorry. All right. Let's start. I'm going to pick first. So that was a fast hand. Yes.
I'm from Houston, so I just want to thank you for everything you did for Harvey.
Oh wow. Yeah. I hope.
Well, thank y'all. We just kind of put the word out, and you guys were the people that made
I
it
was
happen.
good. My grandma passed away last year, and my mom had to deal with all of her houses, and a couple of the houses got damaged, but they're being repaired right now.
Sorry.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Good.
And I want to also ask you, how do you think Danielle and Misha are gonna team up together to get you guys, or?
That's a good question.
I think Misha's he's trying to pretend like there's going to be some sort of a coalition against us that Danielle is going to help run, but no, she's trickier than that. She's going to lure everybody in and then just run the show. I think that's kind of how.
I think Misha might be bright enough to also realize that she's not going to be there every time he's there.
No.
So if he teams up with anybody against us, then when he's alone, he's just easy prey.
I mean, he's easy prey anyway.
For
So.
2 old wolves like us. He has easy prey anyway.
Thanks. Sure.
In honor of the Tombstone episode, I was wondering what your favorite westerns are.
Tombstone can start. Good, the bad, and the ugly.
Favorite Western? If we're going old school, I have to say Once Upon a Time in the West. If we're going kind of a modern, I really like Silverado.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only time Kevin Costner didn't play Kevin Costner. Nothing against Costner, I'm a fan of his movies, but he just kind of plays himself. But in Silverado, he literally was playing one of the most fun characters I've ever seen him play. So that was, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll kind of echo that. My dad was a big fan of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. As a matter of fact, this was when I was 5 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we went to a restaurant and he had to put his name down, there's no reason for someone can't know my name is Gerald Padalecki, but he would always say Bill Carson, who was the ugly. And I don't know why he used a pseudonym. He was an accountant in San Antonio. Bill Carson.
You think?
All right, the one that I've watched more than
He knew his son was going to be famous.
I guess, yeah. He was getting me used to it. I probably watched Tombstone more than any other Western.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and Val. All right, I'm going to go with The Sign, just so you can relax your shoulders.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, there are episodes with very intense emotional scenes that I'm sure would need time to work your way back from. Jensen, what preparation did you do before or need to do after while filming the episode Baby, knowing that 3 other basic strangers were going to be driving her? Did that episode take a bigger emotional toll on you? Or is there a different episode that took the biggest emotional toll on you? Jared, what's...
So I'm still working through that.
Too soon.
Yeah, that was, I get, my shoulders go up when he gets in the driver's seat, so, and rightfully so. So when people that have never even been on the show, guest stars, get to drive, remember when we
Was
pulled
that in
in?
Baby when she pulls out and who was it? When Courtney was supposed to. Was that Baby?
No, that was a movie. What was the episode where we pull up and we have to valet?
Yeah, that was Baby.
It was Baby.
That was in Baby, right?
Yeah.
That was literally having to hand the keys over to somebody and let them get in the car and drive away. That was not me. That was Jensen going oh. No, don't do, okay, all right, that was, took that turn a little close, didn't you? I was, seriously, there was
there was also a legitimate Jensen reaction when Courtney and Misha are in the car and she locks doors and just drives away, right? Because we had done the part of the scene where Courtney is walking away, Misha's walking away, and we kind of stay there before she drives away. And then it was sort of like a pickup, and okay, now resetting the cameras, and it was just, and she's, they're in the car, and it's 40 feet away. You can't really see off the glare of the windshield, and they call action, and this full stunt move, blasting right by us, and it's a lot more
full, they were spinning tires, kicking
it's a lot more
rocks,
dramatic of a person than it looks on screen. It's a big, it's like a rhino, just, and Jensen looks at me, he's like, what does she think she's doing? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, that's the stunt driver, in Courtney's clothing, so it's actually...
I thought it was Courtney. I was about to have me some words.
Yeah. He didn't see that they put in,
unless you are a stunt performer, nobody drives her like that. But this one.
Yeah. But it was one of the full-on unionized
Very protective of that.
And Jared, do you have an episode that took the largest emotional toll on you?
Oh, God.
Probably one of the episodes where you had to be somebody else, like play a different.
Yeah, those are difficult. Playing a different version of, say, like a Gadriel or of Solus or.
Those are the ones that kind of get in your head the most.
Oh yeah, probably the end of whatever season it was where Sam had to kind of kill Hell Sam and Solus Sam in the encounter because you're doing both sides of it.
What was the one where you were in the mirror?
That was
you were
Swan
talking
Song.
talking to Lucifer.
That was Swan Song was tough.
That one took its toll.
Yeah, it did.
The emotional scenes, though, like what you're thinking, like where we get emotional. Those are tough to come back from. I didn't want to say cry, but I did. So there you go. Those are tough to come back from in the moment, but something that you have to live in, day after day, which is these kind of episodes where you're playing something different. You're having to think about something in a different context or from a different point of view. Those are the ones that kind of keep you up at night, or make you exhausted by the end of the day.
And when we more often than not, if we have a super emotional scene, and we'll request to film it at the beginning of the day to get out of the way, because if you shot like stunt scenes for 8, 9, 10 hours, and then it's like, okay, and now here's your monologue where you talk about torturing people in hell or whatever it is, you're like, I don't know if I have that in me right now. I'm exhausted, So to get out of the way, which also isn't great because then you spend everything. You're like, okay, well now I have a fight scene. All right, what do I do? But they're fine.
I'd much rather do 12 hours of fight scenes than 12 hours.
But I'm saying doing both in a day.
Yeah.
I think the day in Heart where I had to kill Madison. I think we then did this like her going into the closet or something. So it was a full-on the scene with us in the kitchen, and then going to like, okay, now we have to block the thing where we lock her in the closet because we realize she's turning. So you're like, but I'm exhausted. Like, can we do it tomorrow? No, the answer is no.
No, and it's 3 in.the morning, so drink a cup of coffee, you pansy.
I think it's called a tub of coffee.
Yeah. How about, it's right there with the love shot. Yeah.
What would be your favorite prank and against who?
Well, I'm not going to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you.
Fair enough.
Jared?
I think my favorite prank in hindsight, and just because nothing really bad happened, was pieing Misha in the face, because I'm actually happy I didn't break his nose. All things considered, I watched.
But you kind of secretly wish you did a little bit.
It'd have been a better story. But watching it was and I'm not a small guy, and there was some speed with that. So I'm happy that the whipped cream slowed the trajectory of my fist and the foil plate up against.
There was whipped cream, not kidding, like 40 feet away, which is how hard he hit him in the face.
I got
Stuff that
excited.
didn't catch his face literally flew 40 feet past it.
I think some of the stuff bounced off his face and splattered. I think it was like a full-on splatter. All right, going again. Yes.
I wanted to know about how the construction and stuff on the brewery is going.
Yeah. How old are you?
The brewery is going?
I'm 19.
Yeah.
Ask in 2 years.
I live in Texas, so I'll come visit when I'm 21.
Yeah, please do. Where are you
You can
from?
visit now. It's not just beer.
I live in Dallas, just north of Dallas.
Cool.
Very cool.
We are good. We've had a couple soft openings already. We're just waiting to have enough stocked beer to open and not run out when people hopefully start flooding the doors. So we're probably going to just spend the holidays brewing and probably open up the first of the year. But we're open. We're ready to go. So, yeah. Samples? I wish. I think
2 years.
I think there's some pretty substantial.
If we see you there in
California laws.
January or February, we're
Right.
on.
All right, let's see.
under
Go
fast
over
hand.
there. Yeah, gray sweatshirt, gray zip up. Yeah.
Get off your phone. Millennials these days. Me? Okay, great. 1 second.
We just posted. I'm about to take a picture with.
Favorites. 1 second. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
I mean, we're all set to hear. Well, no. Okay, so if the show.
like give us a glimpse of what you might be doing, or like if Creation Entertainment, like these conventions will
Did you
still
say
be
if
going
the
on?
show ends?
Yes.
Right.
If.
I caught that. Not when. It was if.
So like what you guys will be doing, and if Creation Entertainment, like you'll still be doing it, like Star Trek. I mean, you know, the show's not going on. But...
I've never done Star Trek.
No, I'm serious. The conventions, they still have them.
Have you done Star Trek? I think here we are many years into the show and to our SFcon family and our creation and convention family. And it's been a huge reason why the show has gone on, a huge reason why it's meant so much to so many people. I would hate to see that go. So barring something horrific, I hope to see you and
Put that anywhere.
and many years and keep checking in. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be quick to run away from what we've helped build over the past 13 years. So that's yeah. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. I feel like we've avoided this because there's a bright spotlight and all I see are shadows, but I think there's a hand way back. It's moving. Yes, I see a shadow. Yes. So it's pretty bright that way, so we're like using gecko chameleon peripheral vision.
What?
Gecko chameleon.
Is that like
Might be a
this?
premature question.
Multi-talented.
It might be a premature question since you said
Hey,
you're
Jensen,
still...
I understand that you've got a question. Raise your hand and wait like the rest of them.
You're biased, Jensen. That's biased. Premature question.
If you're still brewing, but do you have any plans to do like, I guess, beer club where they can be mailed every month, quarter?
Sure, yeah, sounds
to
great.
people that aren't...
That's the problem is we can't distribute outside of Texas as of right now. So
Right.
we'll be local, regional, and then eventually we'll have to make a deal with the distribution company. Once we get to that point, then we'll start looking at clubs and that kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I was just a little excited, my God.
What's up?
So, Mark said to ask you guys what life would be like without Robin.
Without Robin? It'd be a lot more difficult, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, she's had to take a few breaks, obviously, and she and her husband will go take a week here or there.
And it's noticeable.
It's noticeable, yeah. And there are many Robins, not in Robin's job, but we have many people that we've become really close with, you know?
Yeah.
So it's difficult. It's almost like the earlier question. I don't even like thinking about life without the show or y'all or the Robins of...
I will say that she is, in my opinion, there are two people in my opinion that probably deserve a producer credit. No questions asked. One is Kevin Parks, just for the amount of knowledge.
There's a tree by you. It's funny.
See, as a producer, you have to show up.
I mean it.
There you go. And Robin, she has this knack for continuity, and she's like, well, you know, we used this blade to kill this thing in season 4. Why doesn't it kill this thing in season 13? That doesn't make sense. And I'm like, I'll call the writers. And then I'll call the writers and be like, Robin brings up a good point. And they're like, tell Robin she's right, we'll fix it. That happens probably once a month. So she's looking out for the show, and but it's funny.
I think it's also indicative of what kind of crew.
She's also like, I mean, I don't care. It's not my job. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Point taken. Let me get on it.
But our crew takes an active part in the show. It's not like they show up to do their job and okay, here I hand you your watch, you hand me your wedding ring, and here's the angel blade, and here's the this, and they go home. Like we we care about it.
Yeah, I see the production assistants, the guys who literally their job is to make sure the set's clean, keep taking the garbage out. If there's a spill or a glass breaks or something, they swoop in with their mops and. I mean, it's kind of a thankless job. I see those people sitting down reading the scripts. So there's
Christian Vampire Diaries, but it's Vampire Diaries.
Right, yeah, they're reading Legends of Tomorrow, but. But so there's really an active investment from a lot of the crew in what this show is and where it's going and what it means to them and what it means to their families. So yeah, life would be difficult without any of those people.
Obviously.
Yes. Mark, I don't know if that's just. I kid.
You're on fire.
I have a question. As actors, you're trained in to portray things on camera, picking locks and stuff. I was wondering how much of that have you ever used in your daily life? Not necessarily just picking locks. But
every day of my life, I act like I can do shit that I can't.
I can vouch for that.
Be a good father, be a good husband, good friend, walk and talk, be a good person. I'm just kidding.
Walk and talk.
As soon as I start walking,
I will. So one of our electrics, Tyler, he had an invisible lock. So it's something that you can practice. Did you see this? I brought it with me. Invisible is not the right word.
He has an invisible lock. Did you see this?
Is there a key?
Joke's on you. It's invisible. A clear.
Show me.
It was a clear lock, so you can see all the mechanics inside, and it's to practice picking locks. And so he let me have it for a few days, and I was working with it and trying to and it's very difficult to pick a lock, even with a lock pick set. So we always joke that when we walk up and we're like. We're literally the fastest lock pickers in the world. That there's no way that it would take 9 times that long, even if we were good at what we did. So, but I'm thinking about.
Is it driving or something?
No.
What is that? I'm trying to think of what.
Yeah, what
I've been able to
what on the show is applicable in real life? Salting and burning bones.
Hold a gun, probably. I already knew how to drive a car.
Yeah, no, weapon safety is something that because for some reason we're either dealing with knives or guns or something like that, and we've that's right. So we understand, and we've been weapon safety has been kind of always there, and it's kind of been hammered home as far as the people that are the ones that give it to us. In fact, generally, if I'm sitting there spinning my 1911. It's Robin that just comes over, grabs it, and goes, "Stop it." I'm sorry.
That's a great question. I'm going to think about it more. Right now, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was a good question. Let's see. How about right? Wait, we got a mic. Look at that. Boom.
Going all the way back, when you guys first met each other, what did you think of each other? And be honest, it's for each of you.
I think I thought, is this what this guy's wearing to a network audition? I think you had a hoodie on.
Yeah.
You had long hair, and I'm like, what high school band camp did they just get this?
I think my first thought was, how do legs bend like that?
Did this guy park his horse out front?
I think I sort of knew when I found out that he would be the one that I was reading, because I found out, I'm sure you did too, it was like, hey, you're going to be with Jared Padalecki, blah, blah, blah. I found out like, hey, it's going to be you and Jensen Ackles reading, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Okay. They didn't tell you anything?
No, I walked in because I thought I was coming in to read for against other deans.
Oh, funny.
I thought there was going to be like 4 or 5. Generally, when you get to this level of the audition process.
Well, it was with the dean.
Luckily, I was able to save that name. But I thought that I was going to come in there. There was going to be 4 other guys, all reading, all competing for the same role. And I walked in, and he was, it was just this kid with floppy hair and a hoodie sitting on the couch. And I was like, hey man. And we introduced ourselves, and I was like, are you reading for Dean? He's like, no, I'm reading for Sam. I was like, is there anybody else here? He's like, no, it's just you and me. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird, isn't it? And you were like, yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know.
And then I think we very quickly were like, where are you from? Texas? Oh, no way, I'm from Dallas, I'm from San Antonio. And so it was a very quick.
Where's your football team? Cowboys.
Yeah. So it was a very quick, and it was. I mean, we have these kinds of interactions with guys. That was a pretty frequent thing in our lives at that time because we were doing lots of auditions. We were constantly walking into waiting rooms and signing in and seeing 7 other guys that are our same demographic.
You get to learn the basics really quickly.
Yeah, you're like, hey, where are you from? And nobody's from. Very rarely do you ever meet anybody who's actually from LA. So it wasn't.
It also helps in auditions because usually you're auditioning, it's you with the casting director. But if you're doing a scene with somebody when it's you with a person who also might be, it helps to try and build, I don't want to say chemistry, but some knowledge of each other before it's just like, you never met somebody, you don't know anything about them, you read with them. To have some sense of somebody. We were pretty quick friends. I mean, I did find out that I was going to be reading with you in some way, shape, or form, or me or something. I remember IMDb'ing him, and it was like a Dark Angel picture or something. I was like, how does one suck their cheeks in so much? I remembered I knew all the stuff he had worked on, you know what I mean? I didn't know him as an actor. Like I'm sure he had never watched Gilmore Girls. I hadn't watched Dark Angel, you know what I mean?
Hashtag Team Rory.
She's the one they're trying to figure out who's on the team with her. It's always Team Rory. It's either Jess or
out.
And so I didn't know what to think. We got in there, and I was like, cool. Like, he can act, he's communicating, and this will be fun.
He can talk.
He can act.
He can talk.
I mean, you get in, well, it's not.
He's a thespian.
Well, have my back here. It's not a foregone conclusion that the people you're in the room with know how to act. A lot of times this is the way I was told to deliver my line. And if you give them something else, they're like, this is the way I was told to deliver it. You're like, come on, let's play. It's not hitting a tennis ball against a wall. It's playing with somebody else who's going to take you places you didn't think you'd go and make sure they're better. So I was like, sweet, I had fun. As nerve-wracking as it is, it's a room like 30 people. That make all the decisions for the network and the studio that are about to decide, what the next month of your life is going to be like if you get to shoot a pilot, and in this case, the next 13 years of your life, hopefully, and going on. So it's pretty quick.
I wonder, out of those 30 executives that were in that room that day, how many still hold that job other than you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure that most of the people that were making the decision in that room aren't even in those positions anymore.
Yeah, they've either moved up or down or sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Roth, though, who was the president of Warner Brothers Television, he has been there since day one and continues to be just a champion for us in the show.
I wonder who in that room was secretly thinking like, nah, this isn't going to work.
Oh yeah.
They can suck it. I think we're getting pulled off the stage. On that note,
thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.